Good God.
Can't forget.
Yes.
Philly and Miami.
This is another
Dirtbag.
Miami world premiere. Slykat.
Come on.
And it's a Cool and Drink production. Talk to him, man.
Mental Margarita is about following your dreams, man. Following your passions. You know, it's not the 9 to 5. Or maybe is it? Is it having a glass of wine? Is it painting a nice piece of art? Is it just working in the yard? Is it going to the gym? What is your mental margarita? Well, I think it's more mental than anything, right? Zoning in, finding your true place, your true purpose, finding that happiness within you. My mental margarita is music. And before we get the show jumping off, because this show is going to be crazy. We're going to meet all different types of walks of life, different business owners, people pursuing their dreams. We're going to travel. We're going to take you through a journey, and it's going to be amazing. But what I want to do tonight is I want to focus on me. I want everybody to know exactly who Slykat is, and for them to understand the music journey that I've gone through. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But I'm still here, and it feels good. So relax, try to stay awake, and enjoy a nice slideshow of fun facts of Slykat. Let's shake the world.
What's happening? It's Slykat, quite infamous to say the least to some publicly, but for those that know me privately, laid back guy that loves life and treats every second like it's the last. I was born in Miami, Florida, aka Dade County, home of the U, shout out to the Hurricanes, 2 Live Crew, Cocaine Cowboys, and the obvious, beaches and exotic women. It's truly a cultural melting pot. My childhood was nerve-wracking yet joyous. The bad neighborhoods me and my mother would move to kept me on my toes at a very early age. Whether it was in Liberty City, Carroll City, Washington Park, Opa-locka, or North Miami Beach, there was always one thing they had in common. You can get shot or robbed at any moment. You can say that for anywhere perhaps, but boy, Miami in the 80s was something serious. Like most young men my age, I grew up without a dad. It's sad how cliche that sounds. My superheroes were my grandparents, Emma and Rudolph Gray. I was lucky enough to be able to escape the harsh realities of the inner city and escape to suburbia from time to time. My grandfather had one of the most successful air-conditioned companies in South Florida. He worked extremely hard, and not only was 2 of us inseparable, he taught me the value of pursuing your dreams. My grandmother, on the other hand, she was the one that kept everything together, including the rest of the family. My uncles and aunts, well, they took turns being my substitute parents when my mother had to work 3 jobs. I fell in love with hip-hop at 9 years old, and that love has not died since. I was a huge fan of Rakim, LL Cool J, KRS-One, and Public Enemy. Immediately, I began working on my craft and writing songs. I would perform in front of my classmates and would eventually start a rap group called G.O.D., Givers of Divinity, with one of my best friends, AJ, better known as Mr. Smart. We used to battle in high school, all the top MCs, and most of the time we used to win. From there, we would meet the Diaz brothers, who are responsible for producing some of Pitbull's early classics. After endless nights of recording, we came up with Magic and was managed by How Can I Be Down's founder, Peter Thomas. I know, that's a long time ago. After gaining interest with Atlantic Records and slotted to be their new signing, our A&R would get fired and our project would get pushed aside. That was a very disappointing time, especially being so young. We still didn't know the business, and believe me, there were more lessons to be learned. Several years later, times were changing in hip-hop, and I started to gain confidence and spread my wings. I would meet two brothers, Marcelo Valenzano and Andre Lyon, also known as Cool and Dre. They were introduced to me by one of my other best friends, Samir C. Michelle, aka Beezy. This friendship would be a brotherhood that would never die. My first solo album is titled 9 Lives and 6 Samples. I had 9 live songs in there with live musicians and 6 sample songs. It was dropped on the independent label Heat Music and distributed internationally by Sony TriStar. I was finding myself on that project, and even though the lyrics were quite impressive, my voice was still being developed. However, some people in Dade County consider it classic, and I coined the phrase Dayco, which is used still to this day. After the label made some early new label mistakes on my project, me and Cool and Dre decided to recruit our homegirl to rap. Her name was Cha-Cha, aka Havana Mina. In 2 weeks, they cooked up the beats, and I wrote all the raps. That's right, 2 weeks we were trapped in Circle House Studios. 8 weeks later, she had a bidding war between Interscope and Arista Records, and it was one of the biggest accomplishments for me as a writer. L.A. Reid would take over Arista Records, and it would be his first signing for $1.5 million. Unfortunately, that deal would fall through for reasons I won't state, and the little bit of money I got, well, that furnished the South Beach condo and a lavish lifestyle.
That was a big disappointment. You know, we put a lot of heart and soul into it. You know, we all put a lot of heart in that project. Cool and Dre made the beats. I made the raps. And, you know, then Havana, she had to memorize the songs, man. And I mean, she would just take those reference tracks and just make magic. Add her flavor, add her energy to it, had her ideas. I mean, we really truly all came together. And for it being the first time that she ever did something like that, it was phenomenal. You know, we did it in 2 weeks, and it was definitely heartbreaking for all of us being so young. But I think that we grew from that, and we all got tougher, and we understood what the music industry was all about. You know, a lot of people don't realize that it's music business. You know, it's not just the music, but it's the business. And that was definitely a wake-up call for us. And still to this day, Havana's doing her thing. God bless you, girl. She'll be on an episode soon.
Most people don't know I was the first artist ever to rap on a Cool and Dre beat. They're still like my brothers. I'm so proud of their success. God had a different route for me and my brother Beezy at the time. We were all young. We created a company after all the unfortunate disappointments with Heat Music and started our own imprint, City Kids Enterprise. It was new to me to be a boss, but it definitely had its perks. I had an amazing crew to help us become the biggest music movement on South Beach in the early 2000s. My nickname was the King of South Beach. Okay, well, at least it was in my mind. Not only was I doing parties all over the beach in its prime, I had a hit single locally produced by Cool and Dre called Just Chillin'. It not only was all over the airwaves, some of the fan favorites like DJ Khaled, Trick Daddy, Trina, DJ Who Kid, and even Houston's Chamillionaire co-signed it. With that said, I got the unsigned Hype in the Source magazine, and by 2006, I was XXL's magazine player to watch for. You know, when you have one foot in the street life and one in the music, it's never good. So with that said, I had to leave Miami. And when I left, every label had came and signed every hip hop artist that was left behind. Almost literally. I had managed to do songs for Rick Ross and Pitbull early in their careers. Some may even say I had a bigger buzz at the time. But you know what? I'm so proud of them guys. And once again, God had a different route for Slykat. That route went from Miami to Texas. Then I had the #1 record locally with The Game as a feature on a song called I'm Chillin'. And I had another local hit called San Antonio Girls, which was explosive. I mean, the whole town was going crazy. Man, that was something else. And then on the flight to New York, living in Brooklyn, back to Cali. Okay, let's fast forward. You guys can buy the book whenever I write one. Let's talk about Vegas. I feel like there's a reason greater than I can imagine why Vegas became my home. After all that going back and forth, my first gig was at the Beauty Bar, and I was immediately in the Las Vegas Weekly. Next thing I know, I had a weekly party on the penthouse floor of the Rio Casino, and then numerous other notable performances throughout the city. I always wanted to land the Hard Rock Casino. Just so you know, Slykat loves rock and roll, as well as all other genres of music. I mean, hell, I got a song called Colorblind, so I'm very universal. I think that's one of the things that separates me from a lot of people. I have a very open mind, and that mind paints pictures, and it creates visions, and it speaks to me, and then I'm able to speak things into existence. And I did. I got the gig at the Hard Rock. The party was called Recess every Wednesday night in Ainsworth Lounge, and the line was so long that table dealers were complaining. I not only performed, but I also created a platform for local talented artists in Vegas to perform as well. If you ask any artists in Vegas that are trying to make it, if they know Slykat, they probably have heard about me, know me. When they see me, thank me, or about to find out about me, probably tonight. A very high percentage of the great ones know my contribution to the independent music scene in Vegas. It's weird because it feels like everywhere I have gone, I've made a name for myself. It's clearly a blessing, and I gotta thank God for everything that I have. Most importantly, I always had people that supported my vision. Like this video I'm about to show y'all. This one was shot in Hollywood Hills. The house is the son of the legendary Roger Corman. We had so many people that came through for me, and I can't forget my talented buddy Josh O'Connor for this video. Shout out to Brooks, the director, and guess what it cost us? Subway sandwiches for the crew.
First day we met was like a worldwide phenomenon. I was sitting on a white cloud that I dream upon. And you were sitting on a cloud too. We were cloud 9 when our love had been announced true. I do. We had a new life anniversary, cause in past life we romanced on planet Mercury. Hi, your heart had an emergency. Once it broke, I would be the doctor doing surgery.
I go to sleep and float away, dream that you'll be my baby. So won't you come with me, go far away, cause Hotel Cloud 9 is a vacancy.
Now weeks later, you were discharged. Who would ever thought that your heart would beat this hard? I knew. And every day we would conversate. Others on the sidelines jealous while they commentate. We grew like our relationship was such a spectacle. Haters acted foul, but we didn't let it be a technical. Difficulty, knew I wasn't OG. Striving for the green and having seeds like a snow pea.
I go to sleep and float away, dream that you'll be my baby. So won't you come with me, go far away, let's go to cloud nine as a vacancy. I go to sleep and float away, dream that you'll be my baby. So won't you come with me, go far away, cause hotel cloud nine has a vacancy. Yeah, baby.
I see heaven every time I'm looking in your eyes. Even when I'm feeling drained, love has kept me energized. Read the vows on the cloud, no cloudy sky. No more with the shady girls, you no more with rowdy guys. Telling lies, ain't no telling lies. Don't need no weed or alcohol, but you can tell we high. Too laid back, even when it's checkout time. It's Hotel Cloud 9, baby floating just for crime.
I go to sleep and float away, dream that you'll be my baby. So won't you come with me, go far away, cause Hotel Cloud 9 has a vacancy. I go to sleep and float away, dream that you'll be my baby. So won't you come with me, go far away, cause Hotel Cloud 9 has a vacancy. Yeah, baby. Float away.
Why don't you float away?
Float away.
Why don't you float away?
Float away.
Baby, float away.
Float away.
Why don't you float away?
I go to sleep and float
Why don't
away,
you float away?
dream that you'll be my baby.
Why don't you
So
float
won't
away?
you come with me, float away.
Why don't you float away?
Hotel Cloud 9 has a vacancy.
Float away.
I go to sleep and float away,
Baby, float away.
dream that you'll be my baby.
Why don't you
So
float
won't
away?
you come with me, float away, go far away,
Float away.
Hotel Cloud 9 has a vacancy.
Float away.
Let's talk about the rest of City Kids Enterprise. Man, so many big plans. You know, I had a song called I'm So Lucky. And that video was actually shot by the UNLV film department. See what I mean? Things just come together for me.
Crossing Cali lines, can't wait till Vegas signs. My favorite place in mind, I have the greatest time. Poolside, just unwind. Those Vegas girls are fine. That suntan lotion shine. Few shots we take with lime. Las Vegas, outrageous, contagious. Much flavor, buy on Vegas. High on Vegas, no skyscraper. Just that paper, and the crap tables major. Blackjack killers tell my favor. Pick red on roulette major. My penthouse, you less neighbors. Lay back at Town Square, we love to lounge there. Then hit the strip for pictures. Beer pong, get more pictures. I misbehave here, what happens stays here. I'm high in stratosphere, I love this atmosphere. Las Vegas, baby. Las Vegas, baby. Las Vegas, baby. I smell seafood buffet. Rio, I'm on my way. Next pool, Mandalay. Bikinis, yeah, okay. This tax some poker chips. I can't stay sober quick. Bingo with golden chicks. Blackjack 2 when I hit. More ladies, no carrots. Do Harris, then Paris. Buy diamonds, big carrots. You haters, embarrassed. Hit the water show, then bowling. At Palms with the champagne flowing. More chips with a drink I'm holding. Much action keeps me going. Indoor skydive, go karts. In heaven then moon, go spar. Spearmint rhino, show stars. Them ladies classy, Mozart. They shake their asses, don't start. They shaking faster, please start. To the penthouse with a freak show. Holly Madison even came to the peep show. Las Vegas, baby. 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 I think I need rehab. Vegas has made me bad. My luck has made me glad. Last day don't make me sad. Hard rock is looking crazy. We in Las Vegas, baby. Next Paradise Cantina. That paradise is sweeter. Let's rock the black door. What more to ask for? Let's go get trash more and hit the dance floor. Rewind, flight line in the air, giving out peace signs. Play slide, hit jackpot 3 times. So lucky, man, what a good time. Shout out to the 702, Las Vegas, baby. Sin City, Las Vegas, baby. Desert Playground. On behalf of Slykat, I wish you all good luck. Las Vegas, let's go. Las Vegas, baby.
I'm telling you, I feel like God is just always watching over me. Every single time I feel like giving up, He throws me a sign. And who would ever think that He would create an opportunity for me once again after a 5-year hiatus of me not doing music. See, after Hotel Cloud 9, I got kind of depressed. Being an independent artist is really stressful. There's a lot of frustrations that come with this game. And there's a lot of industry politics that you get very tired of and you don't want to deal with. So I kind of needed something that was going to reignite me again. Her name was Jersey Doll. Man, when you're talking about an artist that was so electrifying, and the first time that I heard her voice, I knew that we were going to create magic. She plays the piano like she's ready to be heard all over the world. We ended up collaborating on a song called Stardust. I think it's going to be a smash. It's dedicated to Las Vegas and the legendary people and landmarks that make this city so great. The video is coming soon, and the music we are cooking up is very refreshing. My new album is called Champagne It Is. It truly paints Vegas in its entirety. But not only the highs, but the extreme lows, and the hows and whys, we disguise them. You can also check out the first single, Front 75 by Slykat on Spotify. That's Slykat with the K, guys. I also got the opportunity to work with punk rock icon Alan Vega's wife, Liz Lemire. Shouts out to Liz, paying tribute to the great Alan Vega, as well as creating a masterpiece which combines the elements of hip-hop and punk, published under the BMG umbrella. Wow, what a journey, huh? So many more details, but hey, this is the start. See, you can't let depression beat you down. You always got to keep fighting. And I think one of the main reasons why I keep fighting is I think of my brother, rest in paradise, Amir C. Michelle, aka Beezy, co-founder of City Kids Enterprise. I love you, brother. Now back to the wine glass, back to the cigar, and back to the studio. Because that's my mental margarita.
Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at the count of 3, I want to hear you scream, Viva Las Vegas. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Viva Las Vegas! Main Street was the official local beer stop. Enough slot machine noise to make your ears pop. The cigarette girls walking souvenir shops, while Red Fox had them laughing till the tears drop. Before Steve got a win at the right time, Sig and Roy had a long circus lifeline. Now the strip's got a lot of neon light signs. Would you agree there's not another city like mine?
Do you know that I had a billboard on the Holland Tunnel in New York? And check this out. It was donated to me. I met this guy in Vegas, in the Hard Rock. We having a couple of drinks. We talking business. I tell him what I'm doing. I said, I got this new song. It's called Hotel Cloud 9. He says, oh, really? He says, man, I really like you. He says, I'm gonna give you free ad space on the Holland Tunnel for 30 days. I thought the guy was drunk. I thought he was crazy. The next day I called him. He asked me for the specs. 2 weeks later, I was on the Holland Tunnel. Do you also know that I am the first independent artist in Las Vegas to ever have a major showcase, weekly showcase in a major casino? It's crazy. But you know what? I couldn't have that without opportunity. So I want you guys to mark this date on the calendar. September 3rd is going to be the world premiere of Mental Margarita. The show is going to be insane. And we're going to be giving opportunity to aspiring entrepreneurs. We're going to create a platform, kind of like how I've always done. It's not about just me. It's about us both. It's about us all shaking the world. Let's go.